We made it through 2020, it's 2021, and that's a damn good reason to celebrate no matter what's going on right now. And I think we should do that with a really expensive 26-year-old Scotch. What do you think? Let's do this. Welcome to Whisky Riffs. I'm Kevin, and this is the first episode of 2021. I am thrilled that we made it through 2020. I know it's not going to be easy for a while still, but hey, these are the victories we've got to celebrate. And I have a great Scotch, a Scotch that I did a special taste with in my Advent Calendar series. If you haven't watched that, you can check out the link below. And I promised I'd do a full episode on it. It's the Bruichladdich Black Art, the 1990 edition. Now, I got interested in Bruichladdich 1990 Black Art edition when I watched the documentary Scotch, A Golden Dream. And I'd recommend you watch it if you like whiskey. It's a cool story about distilleries on Islay, and especially about Jim McEwan, who is a distiller that has been in the business for a long time. He worked at Bowmore for many years, and then was instrumental in getting Bruichladdich back as a working distillery around 2000, I believe. This whiskey is one of the final ones that he was in charge of. This is the 6.1 edition. It's a 26-year-old Scotch. It's unpeated. The actual distiller was Adam Hannett, who was the head distiller at the time. I couldn't get the actual edition that Jim McEwan released as his final one, which is the 1990 4.1. So this one, even though it's not his, it was done under his watchful eye. And I bought it. It's not cheap. It was $380 when I got it. And that's way, way, way out of my comfort zone for whiskey. Usually if I'm spending $180, I'm thinking, wow, I better love this whiskey. If I spend over $200, I really have to have found a special whiskey. When I spend almost $400 for a whiskey, it really better be good. But I was inspired by that story, and I feel like it's worth it. Let me dive in and give you some notes, because this is a complex whiskey. When it says 26-year-old on the bottle, that means that that's the youngest whiskey in here. So the blend of whiskeys, the whiskeys that were there before they reopened Bruichladdich Distillery, are the ones that are in this whiskey. And you can see right off the bat that this is a beautiful color. It's very dark, which means this spent a long time in Scotland in casks. You don't get this dark in that cold climate without a lot of history or without some finishing. The nose on this is very complex. In fact, that's a good word for this dram of whiskey, complex. Right off the bat, there's fruits. I get sweetness from like a jam. It's like plums, raisins, darker berries like blackberries. There's some little orange zest in there, little citrus notes. Going again, there's some dark chocolate. It's so nice. There's so much to explore in a whiskey like this. A whiskey that has been around for so long and just soaked in its environment. As much as I love the nose in this whiskey, the taste is just as incredible. Again, there's that dark chocolate, a little bit of bitterness from that. You get the oak spice. You get all these raisins and plums and darker fruits. It just changes as it goes around your mouth. This is one of those whiskeys that you really want to sit with. You want to explore. You want to let it breathe. You know, pour it in a glass, let it breathe. One of the reviewers that I watch, Ralphie, his attitude is, you let it breathe for as many minutes as there are years in the whiskey. I'm not going to wait 26 minutes to drink this whiskey, but it does get better as you let it breathe a little bit. Now after the taste, I'm getting more sweetness. Chocolate. The dark chocolate's really strong in the taste for me. Now in the nose, I'm getting more fruits. A bit of apple and pineapple, which wasn't there in the beginning, which is why you need to spend time when you have an older Scotch. It has so many flavors and so much depth to it that you need to give it time. You need to give it the room to explore your taste buds, to kind of linger in your mouth. The balance of sweetness with that little bit of spice, with the dark chocolate, it all just comes together as this exhale of really delicious whiskey. And it really should be for a $400 whiskey. You shouldn't be getting a simple whiskey at this age. I think my favorite part about drinking Black Art or any unpeated Bruichladdich whiskey that has some age to it is the ability to nose it after you've had a few sips and enjoy more of the flavors that were on your palate or maybe missing from the palate. But just that ability to go in again and again and find more to it. It's the experience of Scotch. It really feels like you're experiencing the skilled hands of the distillers, of all the people that worked at Bruichladdich to create this over the years, and time. You're tasting time. And I can't describe that well enough. It's just such a beautiful whiskey. I highly recommend that if you get to taste an older Scotch, especially something that has the history of something like a Bruichladdich Scotch, go for it. I don't know about you, but I'm ready for a better year. So I have high hopes for 2021. And I think it's all down to us. Be there for the people that are around you. Reach out to the people that you can't be with. Connect with them. Let's take care of each other. Thank you for watching this first episode of 2021. If you like it, give me a like, subscribe, give me some comments. I love chatting about the whiskey. I love hearing your thoughts about it. And until next episode, cheers. I may refill this glass tonight and just enjoy this whiskey. I think we've earned it.